7 rebounds and the way he defended down the stretch of that game, we're not winning that game if he don't come up with big rebounds. Brandon had another very good game, but he still got more he can give us. But he played well. Mike James drew 19 fouls, went to the free throw line 19 times. When we play like that, we're going to put teams on their heels, and we got to continue to do that. By no means am I satisfied because there were mistakes made at the end of the game where we were, I don't want to say rushed or panicked, but we wasn't composed. And we worked on the press for 3 or 4 days and worked on the pressure for 3 or 4 days to be able to be composed. But we'll learn from it and we'll try to get better at it. Questions?
Yeah, Kenny, not that Tyler needed to start to have such a great game tonight, but just wondering if you could walk us through that decision to not start him when you're down Sky and Hersey.
It's my decision. Simple as that. I like the way we played the last game, down the stretch of the game, and we were big, strong, and we had Trey and Mike and Curtis in there, and they played well. So we'll try it again.
Do you think that him not getting the opportunity to start might have been some inspiration for him coming out as hot as he did?
If we could figure out that young mind, we would all be geniuses. So I would hope that it inspired him, but whatever it did, 27, 11, and 6 speaks volumes, but not just the numbers. His impact on the game says a lot.
Yeah, Kenny, how do you explain? A week ago, we were sitting in here after the Virginia game where you were down 41-11. Was one of the rougher games of the year. This might be your best performance of the year. How do you explain the jump in a week?
I would tell you, Rick, that young people, you can't predict when they're going to do what they're going to do. You just got to keep grinding. You got to keep pushing them. No matter how bad it gets, you can never give up on them. You just got to keep fighting because the second you give up, they feel it. And regardless of what anybody else says, I say this every game. I believe we're going to win. I believe in my team. But we have to get experience and we have to learn and continue to get better. So it's the reason you don't give up on guys. We beat a very good team tonight. Come on, Russ.
In addition to those two, like Curtis and Mike also had almost 20 each. Talk about their contributions.
I thought Mike James played hard. I thought that he was a force to deal with. He drew fouls. He drove the ball hard to the basket. His jump shot wasn't going. He shot one with the floor spaced. And I said, Mike, why are you doing that? We just made 3 in a row driving it. You're going to have your success by driving that ball, putting pressure on the rim, putting pressure on the lane, making their team collapse. And if they're not there, finish the play. Curtis, I thought Curtis was very good. Got to get better handling the pressure of the press. But overall, the shots that he made, the defense that he played, he's a winning basketball player, and he has to grow from this game.
I don't have the stats just to like check this, but I think you guys forced 18 turnovers. That might be a season high. I feel like it's close to a season high for ones you've gotten turned up with. Just how do you kind of view this a defensive effort? You guys give up close to 100 points, but like you said, you've been praising guys for their effort down the stretch, especially. Just how do you look at this defensive effort?
Well, the first thing I would say is that they shot 51% for the game, but we forced, like you said, 18 turnovers. That may have been the difference in the game. When I look at it, I want us to get stops. I would rather them shoot 35% opposed to 51. But we also were in gaps, and we did some good things defensively that forced them into turnovers. 18 turnovers, that's usually what teams are doing to us. And we were the aggressors today, and we were in the gaps. We was helping each other, and we created steals and turnovers.
Tyler's not the biggest guy in the world, yet he seems to be totally unafraid to go and attack the big guys. Does that come from playing in New York City, or where does that come from?
I think when you look at Tyler's history, you figure out that he's not afraid. He's one of those guys that believes he can attack anybody, no matter how big, how small. There are times in practice when I'm saying, "How tall are you?" I'm 6 feet. No, you're 4'3". So at 4'3", you go in there and challenge people. They're blocking your shot, or you can't get a pass. You have to make sure you get the spots on the floor. And he comes back and says, "Coach, I'll show you." And he'll block a shot, a Brandon shot. He'll go up and try to dunk on somebody. He's one of those kids that is fearless, but he wants to show you that he can handle anything you throw at him or any height. It does not matter to him.
Coach, over the last few games, you guys have been fighting back towards the end and continue to fight toward the end, pushing the ball, trying to score. Seems like the guys were trying to do that again late in this game, going pretty fast. How'd you get them to slow down to control the game in order to win it instead of trying to come back?
Great question. A couple things. One, I talked about, if you really want to win, do you really want to win, guys, in the huddle with 6 or 7 minutes to go? Then you'll play with more poise. You won't look erratic. You'll be more under control in what we're doing. We get a fast break. We just scored 3 times in a row. We got 3 stops in a row. Let's take our time and get a good shot. Let's not play too fast. Let's not make mental mistakes. If you want to win, you give them 1 shot. We get the rebound. We go down. We control the game. That's how we tried to finish the game. Sometimes it was good. Other times we were a little erratic. But overall, we won a game. I mean, it says volumes for what they've been through and how they accomplished this game against a very good team.
Anything else, Coach? All right. Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.